Hello friend, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to tell you about what I have learned from the book The Republic. So let's begin. The Republic was written by Plato, who was a philosopher in ancient Greece in 5th century BCE. He wrote 36 books in which his mentor Socrates is the main character who holds these dialogues. He also founded a school in Athens known as the Academy, which lasted for 300 years. One of the students that he taught there was Aristotle. Now let's talk about the book. The book is divided into 11 books or chapters. The premise of the book is that Socrates is holding a dialogue with his fellow citizens to find out what is more better, a just life or an unjust life. To reach a definition of justice, Socrates compares a man to a state to identify different elements of personality as different elements of state, as it is much easier to do so. The first few chapters of the book are dedicated to building of this perfect state. After the perfect state or the republic is established, the parallels are drawn between the different aspects or the elements of the state to an individual. The decision makers or the guardians of the state are analogous to a person's reason. The army of the state or the auxiliaries to the guardians is a person's spirit, and the businessmen of the republic are a representation of an individual's appetite or desires. The major thing that I learned from the republic is the definition and understanding of the four stoic virtues of courage, wisdom, self-discipline, and justice in an individual. Wisdom is achieved in the republic when the decision makers of the state are fully aware of the well-being of each element of the society and of the country as a whole. Courage is achieved when the auxiliaries are well trained and educated, and their training and education does not get washed away when they are faced with pleasure, pain, fear, and desire. Discipline is present in the state when all the elements acknowledge the guardian as their decision maker and work in harmony with each other. And justice, the object of discussion of the book, is achieved when all the elements do their own business and don't interfere with other people. Following the analogy and deciphering what these virtues are in an individual is what piques my interest the most in this book, and it is as follows. Wisdom is when our reason or our mind is well informed about what is the best course of action for us and what will lead us to our ultimate good. Courage is when our spirit or our resolve is not rendered useless when it encounters pleasure, pain, desire, or fear. Instead, it is still able to carry out the will of our reason, of our rational mind, even in those circumstances. Discipline is accepting that the decisions taken by our rational self are for our ultimate good, and that we don't let our appetite, that is, our desires, interfere with those decisions. And finally, justice is when all the elements do their own work and do not interfere with each other. The reason is allowed to take decisions for the benefit of the whole, taking into consideration the well-being of all the elements present in our body. Spirit is able to enforce the decisions taken by the rational mind in face of adversity and prosperity. The appetite should not interfere and take decisions on behalf of the rational mind. That is justice. The discussion in the book does not end with these virtues but goes on to describe the different ways of interaction of these elements, which are not just in the Platonic sense. Also, in Book 7, the Plato describes his famous allegory of the cave. The key lesson to take away from this book, if you have not read Plato's book, is the logical style of thinking, also known as Socratic questioning. This logical style of critical thinking allows you to develop clear thoughts and scrutinize ideas. This can be done well alone, while writing a journal, or while talking to someone in an open discussion. Even though most of the ideas discussed in the books are based on ethics, there might be some ideas that are dated and thus not applicable or ethical in today's day and age. You have to look past those ideas to understand the greater picture that the discussion is driving at. You have to keep in mind while reading the book that it is not the well-being of all the individuals that are living in the state that is of importance in the discussion, but that of the whole state itself. That was all about Plato's The Republic. Let me know in the comments below what you think of the book. If you would like to read the book, I am attaching a link in the description below where you can get a free soft copy of The Republic from the website Project Gutenberg, which is an online library of free ebooks. Thank you for watching this video. See you in the next one.